All right, in the last episode, I got lava generating. As you can see right here behind me, it looks to be about roughly 1-2 buckets every 5 seconds. And the best part about it is this never stops the way I have this set up. So as you can see, right over here, I have the cobble generator, tier 5, which then pushes up the cobblestone, which then pushes to the porcelain crucible, which then this fluid drawer actually pulls out of the porcelain crucible. So I have a constant flow of lava being generated. And so far it's gotten up to 1,100 buckets roughly. So that is a good start. Now I could just burn this all day in a generator for power, but that's not sustainable. I feel like I don't make enough lava to be able to sustain that, especially with having multiple generators. So what I'm going to do so that my power plant and my factory does not fight over a singular drawer of lava, I'm going to jump into Mekanism and make my way into the wind generators. Now, depending on the recipe and everything, I may even look into doing gas powered or the gas burning generators. Now, I do have melons being grown, but these are kind of super slow. So I'm not sure if that's still going to be a viable source, but I know at least with the wind generators, it'll be good. It will free up the lava, which will then which will go back to being a resource, because there's a lot of things that in this mod pack that will actually require the use of lava. And wind generators, they don't use anything. They produce power passively, and the higher you put them up in the world, the more power it generates. And I'd rather do that than have to worry about any of my machines lacking power because I ran out of lava. Now, before we get into Mekanism, there is one thing that I promised in the last episode, and that is to get into the gateways so we could get some animals. Now, getting like the cows and the chickens are going to be awesome for some other mods that we have in this mod pack, especially when it comes down to the mob grinding utils. There's some things that require feathers. There's other mods that requires feathers. And then there's the cows. We could start getting leather, but leather is not going to be an issue if we could get a mob farm up and going, because we could convert rotten flesh into leather using the integrated dynamics drying basin. So that may become an automation soon enough once I get the mob farm up and running, but that's going to be another episode. Today, our main focus is 1, securing our animals, and 2, getting into Mekanism and getting our basic power up and running. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Let's see what we need to make this gateway, which the gateway is going to be, man, there's a lot of gateways in here. This one, the Gate Pearl Gateway of the Emerald Grove, which will give us 6 cows, 6 chickens, sheep, and pigs once we defeat the waves, which you can see here. It's wave 1 is 5 zombies, wave 2 is 5 spiders, and then it becomes zombie and spiders, and the last one we have a necrotic farmer. Interesting. That must be the boss of the gateway. So in order to be secure for that, what I'm going to actually do is come over here. Let's see. I do. I have a little bit of osmium, which I should have more than that, which I do. Okay. I'm going to make osmium armor. It's not the best, but it's not bad either, and it gives great protection. Now, since we're going to be getting into Mekanism, my goal is to create refined obsidian armor. Now, refined obsidian armor is actually better than the netherite armor, especially the weapons. The weapons have a decent attack power And if you look here, the Osmium Paxil right off the bat already gives you 14 attack damage. Not bad. But the refined Obsidian variant gives, I believe it's 17 attack damage. So, and the armor is really good. Again, like I said, it's better than netherite armor, and it's not very hard to make either. So once we get into Mekanism a little bit deeper and have the ability to actually make that, we're going to be sitting pretty good. But for right now, for this, Osmium armor is going to be plenty. So let's go ahead and craft that up real quick. As you can see here, it gives 6 armor, 3 armor toughness, and 10% knockback resistance for the legs. For the helm, we're looking at 4 armor, 3 armor toughness, and again, 10% knockback resistance. So like I said, this stuff is like, I want to say it's in between diamond and netherite, and then the refined obsidian is after netherite. This one is 8 armor, 3 armor toughness, and again, 10% knockback resistance. And for the final piece here is the boots. So let's go ahead and throw these on. I already have the Paxil, so that's going to be my weapon. And then let's go ahead and get this roll going, which is just any type of flower surrounding a Eye of Ender. It looks like I already have it marked down there. So let me grab an Eye of Ender and then see if I have any kind of flowers that will work for this, which I don't know. Okay, that's not a problem because I got plenty of bone meal and I have a cornflower. Ooh, I cannot use bone meal? That's crazy. That's fine because I could just do this. Okay, so that got us 13 ruby glow roses. That should be plenty for this. Ooh, we also got some flax seeds. That's pretty good. And we got canola seeds. Very nice. Okay, let me go ahead and make this. And there's the gateway. Now I'm just going to do it up here in the open because there's no reason. Actually, you know what? What I should do is make a pin for this, for the animals. Let's see. Okay, so that's a gate. I'll grab 2 of those. And then I think it's reverse for the actual, yeah, it is. Let me make some of those. And I'm just going to put it down right here for now. That's not how I wanted you. All right. So let me put down, okay. So let me put down this gateway right here. This dude has bunny ears on. That's funny. Get up real quick and get my health back. He has a carrot sword. That's freaking hilarious. What? Is he a nutcracker? What mod is doing this? This is freaking hilarious. I was not paying attention to my health. All right, there we go. And we got animals everywhere. Let me see if I could get some of these guys back into the pen. Let's see. All right. Come on. Chicken, you're ruining it for everybody. Come on. There's so many animals here. This is crazy. Okay. Okay, now I gotta worry about the chickens. I need to clear out my inventory a little bit here. And I think I'll put the chickens in their own little corner here. Okay, so this is only going to be temporary for now. Did that get placed somewhere? Oh, it did. All right. Here we go. Chickens, chickens, chickens. Come on. 4, 5. Get out of there. And the 6th one is in there somewhere, but that's fine. Once I get something... Where are you guys going? Come on, chickens. You were already in here. Thank you. Oh, so many chickens. Okay. So we got the animals taken care of, and they're going to be extremely loud. So what I'm going to do is anchor this for any of the... Well, not... Yeah, I'll anchor them. Because that is going to get insanely loud. Okay, where's the sheep? There they are. And then chicken. Boom. Yeah, that's so much better. 32, that's fine. Okay. Whew. Sorry you guys had to deal with all that noise. That was a lot of noise. A lot of animal noises. Okay. So now that we got that taken care of, and I only almost died once, but that was only because I was not paying attention at all. Let's go ahead and can we clear string there? Let's see what map, probably journey. Yep, there it is. Let's go ahead and remove that just like it never happened. Me died? Nah, don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so now that we got that taken care of, let's look into seeing what we need to do for Mekanism. Now Mekanism, of course, we need the starting power to be able to generate enough Fe to allow some of these machines to work. And one of the major machines that we're going to probably start with is the Metallurgic Infuser. That will allow us to progress and get, you know, steel, things like that. So Metallurgic Infuser, the Enrichment Chamber, and we'll probably get a couple of crushers as well. But everything else we don't really need to worry about too much because, well, except for the Osmium compressor, but that's later. That's so that we could get the refined obsidian ingots to make the refined armor. But again, that's later. Right now, for progression's sake and getting our basic power set up, Metallurgic Infuser, the Enrichment Chamber, and some crushers are going to come very handy for us starting this. So heat generator, that's going to be super simple: copper, furnace, osmium, iron, and some planks. Let's go ahead and get that situated. And yes, in between episodes I did a little bit of grinding and I upgraded some of the storage to be able to help, especially like these compacting drawers. It takes away the manual effort of converting these into the actual ore. So it just kind of cuts down on some time. And then I could just grab these and throw them into that barrel over there, which then just turns into regular raw variants. Which then at that point, depending on what the resource is and how much I have of it, I could either crush it and duplicate it, or I could just throw it in to our furnace array here and smelt it up. But for right now, copper, osmium, let's see, get some planks back out. I may need to drop another drawer or a barrel just for storage sake. I'll have to look and see what those are, like these monstrous Easter eggs, the spiritual Easter eggs, even this creepy gift. I'll have to see what that really is. Okay, and we're just missing the furnace, which, do I have any left? Doesn't look like it, but that's fine. Got plenty of cobble here. Now for starting off, I'm just going to make one of these heaters. If I need more, I will make more. But for right now, I don't think I need to. This should hopefully be enough to then progress and get our wind generators. So let me go ahead and check all these boxes. There we go. So this one will require furnace and some redstone and of course iron and osmium. So let me grab some redstone. Now normally I like to make like 4 of these off the bat, which I can do. I just need some more cobble to make more furnaces. Apparently they don't stack. Interesting. Okay. Now one thing that I do want to do is, because I believe I saw it in this mod pack, is the cheap steel recipe. Let me see if that's an actual, let's see, steel ingot. Yes, so a hammer, some coal, and iron will get us the steel ingot, or we can make the steel dust or the steel blend, doing it this way as well. So, I could do it either or. That shouldn't be a problem. Now, if I want to do it the steel blend way, I just grab all this and let this get processed down. As you can see, it feeds it, and then I have the redstone clock resetting. The armor stands, of course, doing the pressing or the squeezing, and then it gets placed into this barrel. All right, well, that's going. Let's do the other recipe. Do I have enough for this? Kinda. Just want to make sure that I can use this steel for the basic power cables, which it kind of looks like I can. Yeah, I can. Okay, let's go ahead and make that. Okay, so I'm gonna head downstairs if I go the right direction, of course, and I'm gonna set up the mechanism machines down here. Oh, there's a sheep down here. Interesting. And then I'll just place these machines down like so. Now I believe if I make some buckets, I could also make fluid pipes. So let's make some of those. Yeah. Okay, so what do I need? Configurator. Fair enough. I need an energy tablet for the configurator, but I might be able to make another type of wrench. Let's see if this type of wrench will work. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't work for actually configuring it, but it does help picking it up, which is good. I'll just leave the pipe here for now. Once we get more stuff to actually make the energy tablet, because we just need the infused alloys, which is redstone and iron through the Metallurgic Infuser, which let me go ahead and grab some of this and some more iron. I will also grab basic control. Let me see if this is still... Okay, this requires the osmium and not copper. That's fine. Okay, that's... yeah. Okay, so this one will be for the iron. This one will be for the osmium. And then let me grab some buckets of lava. I think I need to make a little bit more buckets. Very nice. So I'll go ahead and let that run for a little bit. I could actually queue up a little bit more lava. And I'll put some of these buckets away. Let's see how we're doing over here. Oh yeah, look at all that iron. It's coming in nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and put an anchor on this as well. There we go. And I'll set this to 8. Perfect. Okay, so now that we have the infused alloy and the basic control circuits, let's go ahead and make that configurator and then actually get the lava running so that we could finish out the stuff over there. I need some gold. 1, 2, 3. Need a stick and one of these. There we go. So now we could get rid of that and do that. And now we have lava coming in here. Now, again, that is only temporary because once we get the wind generators, we won't have to keep tapping into our lava source or our lava resource for power. We'll just be using the wind generators, which that will allow us to then progress even further. And I was thinking about going the route of either the solar panels or doing power, or possibly both, because the solar panels are actually pretty good at higher tiers. And I was kind of liking that. It gives you a different power source outside of the norm. So this looks like it's holding up nicely, which is good. It's keeping... oh yeah, I like that. Okay. So another thing we need to do is, because my plan is to actually make roughly 10 to 12 wind generators and building them up high up into the sky. So I will want to figure out how high up I want to go and then build a platform. And then I'll have to make enough of these universal cables to reach all the way up there as well. All right, so I will be right back with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and let this finish out, and I'll bring you guys back once we're going to start making these wind generators. And I will also go over what we can do to make the redstone and any other resources that go in here last a little bit longer. So I will be right back with you guys in just a second. Okay, and that is all done with that first batch of infused alloy and basic control circuits. So let's go ahead and see what we need to make the wind generators, and let's see if we have enough on us to actually make about 10 or 12 of these. Now, another thing that I saw in this mod pack is they actually have 2x, 8x, 32x. This is insane, and the power you get or at least the stored energy that you could get from this, because I don't know what this produces. I don't know if that's also timing the generation of this, because it's like for this one, it's 80 FE tick, I believe, for just a single wind generator. So I don't know if that goes up as well, but some of these gets pretty insane with, you know, the stored energy. So I could only imagine what kind of energy it actually produces, you know. And same goes for a lot of these different machines and stuff that are within this mod pack, because they have like Mekanism Extras, they have different types of cables, different types of induction providers and cells. Like they have a ton of different additions to Mekanism in this mod pack, and it's absolutely insane. So I'm excited to look into that a little bit more. But for right now, our main focus is going to be this wind generator. So this requires 2 energy tablets, a basic control circuit, infused alloy, and 3 osmium ingots. So let me grab some more osmium here. Actually, I don't know why I have this up here when it should be all right there. Okay, so we can make 30, which would be 15 wind generators. I don't want that many, don't need that many for now, because if I could get 10 to 12, then I could start working towards, like I was saying, power or the solar panels. So let's just start off with let's do 10. Hopefully I have enough space for this, because these don't stack either. Okay, so that's enough for 14 so far. So let me go ahead and start crafting these to get more space. Okay, so there's the 7. So let's get 3 more going. All right, there we go. There's our 10. So now we need to make a platform high up in the sky. I'm gonna go ahead and just drop all of this down. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and clean up this pipe, because we no longer need this. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the heat generator down there, and I'm gonna make my platform. So as soon as I get up to a decent Y level, I'll bring you guys back, and then we will start placing down these wind generators. So I'll see you guys just in a second. Okay, so I am up at about 178 Y level. Not too far up. I could go a lot higher, but I don't have any more universal cables. However, this should be plenty of power for now. And if I need more, I could definitely just make more wind generators. They're super easy to make. So I'm gonna go ahead and place these down. So each one of these is making roughly 97 to 98 FE per tick. As you can see, producing 97.73 FE per tick, and then outputting about 384 FE per tick. So that is almost, I would say almost 1,000 FE per tick just right here. That took absolutely no time to make. So now that we have the power, I have to find my way down. And I'm gonna try and land into that water. So wish me luck. Nope. That hurt. Ooh, Corel. Was that Corel Tombstone? Guess not. I thought it was. It kind of looked like Corel Tombstone, but I guess not. Anyways, so we got the power up and running. That's exactly what we wanted. Okay. So another thing now that I need to try and focus on is getting water going, because churning water into which water manually is such a pain. Because you have to move the water over, and then even trying to turn dust into clay, it's just a pain. And if I could find a way to move water now, especially now that I have these mechanical pipes, that would be absolutely amazing. And I think I could do that with Mekanism, preferably using the pump. Yeah, the electric pump. Now that we have FE coming in, we should be able to use this with no issues. And this recipe doesn't seem too bad. Even for the steel casing, it doesn't look too bad. So let me go ahead and bookmark that real quick. We already have the buckets, so we just need some more osmium, which let me grab everything from here again. Okay, and then I should have glass, which I do. Oh yeah, that was super simple to make. Now that I have my steel again, let me go ahead and make some more of these universal cables. And let me see how this works, which I think we just need to put it in here. Okay, hold on. It's been a while since I used these pumps. Can I sneak this downwards? Ooh, and that works. Perfect. So I definitely need to make more cables because this is not going to be enough. Yep. Let's make some more real quick. Okay, so does this need to be above the water? Hold on. Okay, so it needs to be above the water. Got it. Okay, so that's not bad at all. And we can speed this up with some upgrades. But what this allows us to do now is actually, let's see. Okay, so these pipes aren't the greatest when it comes to wanting to filter witch water, but at least we have the starting done here. So I'll have to look into a way that I could kind of filter that a little bit so that I could have this fully automated. But we do have water being basically it's automated passively, which is actually pretty good. I'm happy with this. It looks absolutely ugly, but it's functional. And that's all that matters right now. Okay, so now let's make the enrichment chamber to help our resources go a little bit longer when it comes to, you know, redstone, diamond, coal, anything like that. We could turn it into a recipe that will basically use less to make more is the best way I could put it. So less redstone to make more infused alloy or to make more basic circuits, things like that. I need to make more steel, which means I need more coal, which I am out of, sort of. That works. So let's go ahead and make one of these. And then we need 2 basic control circuits, which is just a couple of osmium. There we go. Okay, so now with the enrichment chamber, we could put that down here. For these machines, I like to clear all the sides, just so that I'm not pushing into any of those machines. Power. Okay, one more machine. Okay, so now with the enrichment chamber, what I could do is I could actually say I put in 16 of the redstone. What it's going to do is it's going to enrich it, and that will allow us to basically make a 1 to 8 ratio for the infused alloy and a 1 to 4 ratio for the basic control circuits, meaning it will take one of these to make 8 infused alloy instead of taking 8 redstone to make 8 infused alloy. And that's going to help a lot, because basically this is in cents. If I find this one, okay, this one's empty. So if I just put 1 in, as you can see, that's 80 millibuckets of redstone, which in turn is actually 8 infused alloy. Let me go ahead and make some more of these. And that goes for majority of the required resources for the machines. So you have enriched redstone, you have enriched coal or carbon. Yeah, see, you have the enriched carbon, you have the enriched redstone, and then of course like enriched diamond, enriched refined obsidian. All these will help with efficiency on resource usage. Looks like they have different types as well. So they have enriched osmium, lead, radiance, thermonuclear, enriched shining, and enriched spectrum. Interesting. And they have different types of machines. So they have like absolute enriching factory, supreme enriching factory, cosmic, and infinite. That's kind of crazy. And that's all again from Mekanism Extras mod. Interesting. Perfect. Okay, I'll let that go ahead and run. Okay, now what we need to work on is the crusher. This one is our next one, because what this will allow us to do is actually start crushing like our ores, crushing cobblestone down to like gravel, or gravel to sand. This will allow us to do a bunch of things that we could start to automate with. So let's go ahead and grab 2 buckets of lava, another steel casing. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and clear off the sides for this, except for the power in the back. Now, starting off, the crusher is super slow, just like with the rest of these machines. Base entry machines are always super slow. However, you could speed them up, you could tier them up. Now, when you speed them up and tier them up, of course, it's going to use more power. So just kind of keep an eye on that. If you don't have enough power, don't upgrade them just yet. Now, let's see. Let's take a look at the tier installers here. Let's go at mech. Oh wow, they even have more of these. That's kind of crazy. Okay, so the base mod of Mekanism, you have 4 of them. You have basic tier, advanced tier, elite, and then ultimate. With the Mekanism Extra, you have absolute, supreme, cosmic, and infinite. I'm not worried about these 4. I'm only focused on these 4. Now, with the power generation that I have right now, I think even getting up to advanced tier would be good for now, which means we need to work on getting the advanced control circuits. That's the next tier up, which requires a basic control circuit and infused alloy to make. Now, if we go back downstairs, you can see we have 6 machines that need to be upgraded, and you have to do these in order. So you have to start off with the basic tier installer first, and then once that is done, then you could do the advanced tier installer. So let's go ahead and start with this. This requires just redstone, iron, planks, and control circuits. Let's go ahead and get some wood, and I think I have enough redstone right now on me. Oh, look at that. Perfect 6. Okay. So now with this, all you have to do is just come up to the machine, shift right click onto them, and you could see that it changes the machines and it turns them into factories. Now, something with the factories is it allows you to have extra slots. This is for input and output. So this speeds up the efficiency. And then on top of that, you could do speed and energy upgrades to speed up the machines, and then of course make them more energy efficient, because the more you speed them up, the more FE it uses. Okay, not bad. So I definitely need to get some more osmium going, and iron of course. Now also, when you turn them into factories and you have more slots, you could actually turn on the auto sort, and what that will do is it will split between the 3, and it will kind of break it up so that they're all evenly split. And this is definitely helpful. Let's see, let's go ahead and throw that in, throw those in, and I'll let those run. Now for the speed and energy upgrades, that requires normally dust. So let's see what this mod pack actually has it at. Okay, so osmium dust for the speed upgrade. So glass, infused alloy, and osmium dust. And then for the energy, that requires gold dust. Okay, so gold dust I will start off with. Actually, I could do both since I have it turned into a factory now. And I'll leave the auto sort off so I could do these both at the same time. But this runs extremely slow until you get these upgrades in. Now, once I get further into this mod pack, I'm going to show you a really good setup that I always do when it comes to the Mekanism machines. And it utilizes, matter of fact, is that even in this mod pack? Before I even promise anything, let me make sure super factory manager is in here, which it is. Good. Chests, okay, not bad. Oh, that's an interesting recipe. Crystalline alloy and quantum alloy. Just why? I mean, it's fine, just have to kind of rethink things now. Quantum alloy is super easy. That's in a reaction chamber with shattered singularities and singularity blocks. Even this changed. Wow. Okay then. Yep, this is going to be quite interesting. I will definitely need to work towards Applied Energistics soon. Do I still have the glass on me? I do. So let's make some of these energy upgrades. And I'll do some of these speed upgrades as well. So now normally you're only able to add in 8 of these at a time. As that's a max. I don't know if that's still the thing here. Okay, so this one looks like, so you could put in 16. So it looks like it's double. So that's pretty good. Oh, and these are horrible. Wow. Did that even do anything? Hardly. So the rates are slightly different. Okay, that's a little better. Not by much, but it's a little better. Okay, so I mean, it does speed it up, which is good, but oh, those rates are insane, especially for the speed. So it's almost like you definitely have to try and max it out. Now, let's see so this uses 225 FE per tick, which is not bad. This one's about the same, 250. I mean, we got plenty of energy coming in right now. Let me grab some of that. Let me grab coal as well. And then I'll grab diamond so I could get the diamond tier going. Okay, so all that's going. This is finally done. That's done. Just gonna grab that real quick, toss that in here. Okay, so this is basically a basic mechanism setup. There's nothing too complicated about the starting of mechanism. Now, where mechanism gets kind of confusing or hard that I've noticed is later on when you need to set up like fissile fuel or the SPS, HDPE sheets. Don't worry, I will be covering all that as much as I can in this series as well. But right now, this was just to set up a basic mechanism setup with our basic power so that we could start working towards more automation, more machines. So this is so far going really good. And I also need to look into the gas burning generator and seeing if that is even worth it. Because I don't know if this still generates, you know, a good amount of power off of melons. Because I know there was a really big nerf, but I don't know if that was for that particular mod pack or not. So that is definitely something I want to try out, test out, maybe do that in between episodes in like a creative world and seeing if there's any potential there. Now, another thing that I might be getting into in between episodes is flux networks. We do have a bedrock here. I have obsidian and I got a ton of redstone that I could start making into flux, which then will allow me to get into the flux controller and the flux point and plugs, just so that we could have wireless power instead of having to constantly run cables everywhere. We could just put down points on the machines or points on the cables that are connected to multiple sets of machines. Just really depends on how we want to have that set up. So this is all looking good. All right, so we have our animals, we have our power, our starting power, and we have our basic mechanism set up. So not too bad. And I believe that's going to do it for this episode. I know it was kind of on the shorter side, but this mod pack is massive in the sense of where everything direction wise needs to go, and also the advanced complexity of a lot of these machines. We got our biggest things that I wanted to get done right off the bat done, which again was our basic power using the wind generators. So now that we have that set up, we can then start pushing further. And in the next episode, I think what I'm going to do is look into a basic AE2 or Applied Energistics setup, so that we could work on getting more into automation with requesting, sending items to machines and things like that. I will definitely cover as much as I can on Applied Energistics and how I have my stuff set up, especially for the basic beginning setup where we have to deal with CPUs and coprocessors, channels, and all that good fun stuff. All right, so if you enjoyed the episode, a like helps more than you think. And if you want to see where this build ends up, don't forget to hit subscribe. We are on the road to 500 subs. We are so close. Comments are definitely open, so tell me what I should build or automate next. I read every single comment, and I try and reply to every single comment as well. The Discord link is down below in the description. If you want to hang out with us, definitely join up. And thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.